I'm Beth Lindsay. I'm a real estate advisor with Better Living Real Estate. Prior to this, I had a business where I did estate sales and estate liquidation. And Bob Simone came into one of my estate sales while I was setting up. And he got a phone call from a client who was apparently in the process of a divorce and looking for an agent to sell her home. And I had the pleasure of listening to Bob's end of the conversation. And I remember thinking, wow, if I were in that spot, that's the guy I'd want on the other end of the phone. It was knowledgeable and it was compassionate, and I thought it was pretty awesome. I've started the coaching program a couple months ago, actually, with my VP. We have our 40 minutes that we know that we're going to sit down and we have our topics, and I'm basically set for the week. I know what my homework is, and it's been a great learning experience. You know, there's a lot of information out there on the team intranet and the START training website, and it's a lot to take in if you're trying to do it on your own. Having that ability to sit down and just have another person to say, okay, you know, we've covered this topic, and just have someone to bounce those questions off of. And it's accountability to make sure that you're going through that process and you're not getting stuck somewhere. There have been times where I've put questions out on the help and support forum, and it amazes me the quick response that I get from all the managers offering advice and answers to my questions. I think it's very much a team concept. To a degree, it's almost like a family concept. When you come into, when we have mix and mingle events or the lunch and learns, it's like coming and get together with your family, and everybody's really interested in how you're doing and supporting you, and it's just a really awesome environment. The person that I worked with on my very first transaction, though, was just there every step of the way. My favorite saying at the time was, "You don't know what you don't know." And, you know, I kept waiting for that other shoe to drop, but, you know, she was there and supporting me and answering questions all the way along. I completed the transaction, but I knew it was kind of like having training wheels, and it was good for that first go around. Well, I love the mobile platform. I've actually been self-employed for over 15 years now. So I'm very used to having that freedom to come and go and not be in that 9 to 5. So I can go out if I, you know, want to go out and meet with friends, or if I'm traveling, I can still have access to everything. I can still work with my clients and do what needs to be done, but I'm not tied to that desk and that computer in my home. As you're doing transactions or you're meeting with clients, you know, the questions come up and it's like, oh, I need to go back and review this, and it's all right there and easily found. My very first buyer client that I worked with, when it came time to sit down and have the initial buyer meeting and signing of the contracts, my VP was there and sitting through the meeting. He was there for questions, and it worked out really well. I absolutely love Google Drive. It is the one thing that just keeps me so organized, and when I first started using it, I had no experience with it. And the more I got involved in it, it's just, you know where everything is. There's not that panic of, you know, where did I leave this, or, you know, where did I file that? It's just, it's organized, it's simple, and really easy to use. I use LinkedIn, Facebook. I have a Facebook business page now, Twitter. Last night it was very interesting. I was sitting there and I happened to be on Facebook just reading and interacting with people. And there's a real estate group I belong to, and somebody happened to post that very second, does anybody know a real estate agent in Norwood? And I responded, I said, yep, I'm here. And it was really cool. Training is very easy to use. If you're coming in and you don't really have any social media background, it's a good basis to start with and grow from. Better living for better life.